Tomcat didn't seem very happy when he heard this about his guy, but he says that no matter what Donald Trump says,
you are fake news.
He's riding and dying with Donald. So the latest news, we got lots to get to. Something's fun, something's not fun, but I figure I don't know if this is too fun. It's our former president. It's kind of putting a black eye, if you ask me, on our White House and on our government. Not that it hadn't already have a black eye. But now the headline...
It freshened it up a little bit.
Has a few of them.
The headline reads, bombshell audio of Donald Trump has been released. Is he in deeper trouble than we thought?
Tomcat was named Vagina.
Boom! It's a bombshell recording.
I'll let you speak first, Tomcat, because you say you never get to speak, but... what is this audio? I only heard a little bit of it before the show. We do have a clip we're going to play in a minute, but maybe you could set this up. What is this audio we're hearing?
From what I heard of the audio, it sounds like it is the former president discussing what people claim are Iran battle plans to attack Iran. But he says, check out this, what I got here. I can't even declassify it or something like that. It's classified. Basically... the classified documents thing where they're saying he's showing somebody that doesn't have clearance classified documents.
Let's see if he got clearance from Clarence as we're going to play this audio from Donald Trump.
Nice.
Right here. This is the tape that has CNN drooling.
Wrong. He wanted to attack Iran and what? These are the papers. This was done by the military, given to me. I think we can probably, right?
I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to
declassify.
Figure out
See, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't.
Of course you
this is
now we have a problem.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's so cool. I mean, it's so. Look, we heard Ivan.
So cool.
And you probably almost didn't believe me, but now
trying to get
you
the
believe
bus,
me.
I think.
It's incredible.
Of course
right?
it is.
No,
Hey, bring some cokes in, please.
Bring some Cokes in,
Bring
please.
some Cokes
I feel like he said goats.
I'm pretty sure he said Cokes.
He meant cocaine. You know what? I can't remember which comedian said it, but he nailed it. Donald Trump does
Is an
not,
honest liar.
Listen, he does
Dave
not.
Chappelle.
No, he does not have a ride or die right hand man that tells him, "Yo,
True.
this is not a good idea.
Quiet.
Don't do
Quiet.
this."
Quiet.
Like, you
yeah,
know what I'm
most
saying?
rich
Yeah.
people don't.
Yeah, it's like he needs somebody
Stop
like his
it.
boy to be like, "Yo, not a good idea. Come on, man."
His
Something
buddy,
different.
Joe Biden.
Yeah,
And that was
that's what
not
he
a
needs. He needs old Joe
fabricated
there.
audio. That wasn't fabricated. That's real. That was real, right?
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, that's real.
How do we
Oh,
know,
he
though,
is.
with AI?
Allegedly.
Well, no. If that's
I'm sure
real,
it's-
his ass is in trouble for real.
But here's
for
the
real.
thing.
If
It's
it
like
is,
it's
yeah.
kind of like I had mentioned a couple episodes ago. Once we got into this waters where there were 2 or 3 indictments, people are going to start getting confused. And then they're just going to go into their corners and just be tribal, which is what's happening.
I'm confused.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
His numbers have gone up again since this latest indictment, and DeSantis has actually gone down. He was at 20, now he's at 19.
Oh, that blows.
So indicting him is making him stronger, apparently.
You said something
typical.
He's
before
like
the
that.
show, Tomcat. You said something like you didn't care what he did.
That's right.
You are still voting for him, Donald Trump, because you trust him more than you trust the other side. You stand behind that quote you made before the show?
Well, actually, I do. And what I said was the Democrats can't get my vote. So whoever is the Republican nominee will have to get my vote. And it looks like it'll be Donald Trump. So if it is Donald Trump, I'll have to vote for Donald Trump. You know
Isn't
what I'm saying?
that kinda
Because
selfish,
I
though?
don't agree. I know because I don't agree with the policies of
Well,
the left.
let me ask you this.
totally get it.
Because
I
you
just don't
say,
agree.
because you say you don't agree. Do you actually listen to what they're saying versus?
Well, it's the opposite
being-
of what I think from what I can understand here.
But that's not answering the question, though. The question was, do you listen to the other side? To be fair,
About
what
what?
they're saying.
to
About what?
what they're saying,
Everything.
because the
What
reason
is
why-
Specific.
I can be
give him one.
specific if
I
you
mean-
need me to.
I mean, like healthcare,
Okay.
gun violence, fucking.
Well, I'm Second Amendment on gun violence, so
freaking
that would be
abortion,
probably Republican.
crime,
Abortion, I'm more-
the atmosphere. You know,
I was trying to go for one
clean
because you're
water.
overloading. You're flooding the zone here, so I can't respond to all
Well,
that at the
that's
same
what-
time.
that's-
That's what you're trying to do.
Let's
I
try
get
to
it.
do one at a time.
That's
Okay.
interesting.
Got a big
strategy
ass
there.
mouth.
Go ahead.
Which
One-
one?
one at a
Which
time.
one do you want me to respond to?
Any of them. Any of them. Go
Okay,
ahead.
well, I'll respond. Basically,
We talked about healthcare.
on healthcare, on abortion, I think that a person should have the right to abortion up to I think it's like 6 weeks. So it's like a month and a half or something, or 2 months. And then when it starts to look like a baby and you got to like pull the baby out, I don't think that's right. I'm not really into abortion in the first place, but I think it's fair for women to have reproductive health rights. Abortion was never enshrined in the Constitution like the Second Amendment is. So I guess you could say, by the way I'm talking, that I'm probably more Republican than I am Democrat. So that's who I would vote for.
Sure.
You would vote Democrat over Republican?
Republican. I really would say I'm more of an independent, to be honest. But here in Florida, you have to vote Republican in order to vote in the primary.
I register as an independent in this state. I just go off of what common sense stuff, not just hearsay. I mean,
I'll ask you this, Memphis. Does common sense tell you to vote for Joe Biden again? Are you a fan of his policies and how he's done as a president thus far?
That's not a common sense question.
Come on, man.
That's not a common sense question because.
Well, he seems to be the front runner for the Democratic Party. He seems to be the guy that's going to be on the ticket.
Hairy legs. Hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun.
Sorry.
I like it.
What the fuck?
That's super loud. That was fun.
So what I was saying was, everybody don't like this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of that, that's a dumbass Republican like little wannabe layup. Like see through that shit. Just because you may not like Biden, but there are a lot of other candidates out here who might be the right choice. Who that is, I have no idea. And I don't vote always Democratic. I sometimes see some shit on the conservative side because you're a goddamn idiot, and this is for anybody that's watching this. You cannot be leaning one side all the time because that means like
you're brainwashed.
Yeah, like you're fucked.
Because not everybody has
and
the
then
right
you're a walking
ideas.
hypocrite because there's some things that you can be liberal on, there's some things you can be conservative on.
Agreed.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
At all.
That's if you want to if they really want to be real and say the country should be one, if that's how
Right
you
in the
do
middle.
it.
Sure. Right in the middle.
It's that easy, but some people there are more people on the right that won't hear things from the left than there are people from the left on the right. Because people on the left side, as stubborn as they can be, I can say there are some things that they be like, you know what, they're more center,
Case in
But
point.
a lot of people I know on the right won't even budge. And it's like,
Case in
see,
point.
you guys.
Who? Me?
You, yeah.
I'm
I am firm in my beliefs.
Yeah.
That's right.
But beliefs, you don't vote off
yeah.
beliefs, you vote off of facts.
Because we don't agree on a lot.
Right.
And a lot of the things I believe are very liberal as well. So
But
I think you have tendencies to be more in the middle. And believe it or
Totally.
not, I would say
I said that.
by and large that America is comprised mostly of people who are more in the middle. But the
Than
only
anything
people
else.
you hear about are the whack jobs on either end because they got the big mouths and the small brains.
Yeah, and they know that the vast majority of people, they can get to just say certain keywords and get them like, well, I'm going to go this way.
Right.
Versus like, you know what? You say you're an adult, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to talk to you and treat you as an adult. And I'm going to ask you the hard questions as an adult to make you think. Because it ain't for the benefit for me. It's the benefit of you.
True.
Because we know who you are and the decision that you make. Vote the way you vote and so forth. You understand why versus like you got to go, right off the top. I'm on this. I'm on that. I'm on this, on that. So I'm in the middle on a lot of things.
Sure.
That's common sense.
Well, I'm a simple person, so I guess the way I look at it is the policies that make my life better, right? So I feel like when Trump was in office, gas was cheap. I feel like groceries were cheap. I had a lot more money, like as far as how far my money went. So I don't care about Joe Biden per se. I don't give a shit about Joe Biden. And I really don't care about Donald Trump except for the fact that I feel like he does more for me. I feel like, maybe I could be wrong, but I feel like he's the one that's going to fight for America as much as the rest of the world seems to hate it. And the permanent Washington seems to hate it.
I can understand having those views, but I don't believe necessarily that those were things that he was doing per se are his policies. Like, really what he was doing, it seemed to me, was deregulating a lot of corporations, which in fact was A, ruining the planet, B, putting more shit in your stomach because believe it or not, even though Americans think we're eating healthier than we ever have before, there's so much added shit in our food in this country. Things that are banned in
Example
other countries.
A on your screen.
Yeah, thank you. But that's just what I'm saying. Like, it's a very slippery slope. And like, yeah, we could have really cheap food, but why are they making it so cheap? How are they making it so cheap? What are they doing to us, dude? Like, we are a sick nation health wise. And it's not because a lot of us don't exercise, because most of us try to semi-regularly.
Not enough tequila is probably what I'm
Sure.
You do
Hey,
gotta
I'll
have a
buy
little
that.
more tequila in your system. I'm telling you, that should help, man.
Let's